Hello everybody! Today's video is going to be all over this eyeshadow look that I have going on right here. And to create this look, I have used the eyeshadow palette Summer Breeze from e.l.f. And that looks like this right here. And the best thing about it, it only cost $10. That's right, you heard me, $10 for this one right here. And at the end of this video, I'm gonna let you know some of my thoughts on this eyeshadow palette because this is actually my first time using this as well. So kind of a trial together, tutorial and review. Anyways, if you would like to see that, just keep watching. I looked at myself with this foundation on and all this powder and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm a ghost. But anyways, starting off with this eyeshadow palette right here, I am going to go into this beautiful plum shade that just smacks you right in the face when you look at the palette. And I'm just using a shadow brush and tapping that all over the lid. And there's going to be blending going on, so don't pull it up too far, but it doesn't have to be super, super clean and tidy either. Now I am going in with the same shade using the Precision Blending Brush from Jaclyn Hill's Morphe collection. And I am just buffing out that purple shade so that there are no harsh or jagged edges. Now when I did this step, even though I wasn't going super far down on the lid, I noticed that there was already having some issues with the shadow picking up on the lid, so I just went back in with the shader brush and tapped that plum shade right over top of it. And right now at this very moment, I just want to apologize for all of the exposure issues. If anyone has any tips as to how I can fix that, please let me know. I don't know what was happening and I can't figure out why it was going so stark white and then back to the regular exposure, but I would love to have some tips, pretty please. Now, back to your scheduled programming. I am just blending this kind of taupe shade that has a little bit of like a berry touch to it over top of the purple with a crease brush. And because this is going straight against that plum shade, you really, really want to make sure that there are no harsh lines. So just blend to your heart's content. And now I'm going straight into this tan shade and using a universal blending brush, I'm going right over top of that and just making that gradual ombre effect happen from dark at the lash line to all the way light at the brow bone. And then this very, very light pale shade, which is even still darker than me, is what's going to be my highlight shade for now, just right at the brow bone. Now I'm going back into that plum shade, and again, because I felt like I lost the intensity that I had at the beginning, it was just picking up so bad, even from hardly even touching it. So I used a nice fluffy blending brush to buff it out in the crease a little bit more, and then the same shadow brush that I had originally used, and I'm just patting that onto the lid. At the very end of the video, I will talk about how I had problems with the shadow just continuously picking up on me and moving around on the lid. This is exactly the point that I'm talking about. I had to just keep going back into the same exact plum shade and placing it over top. Now for my favorite part, I'm actually going to do a winged liner with the black eyeshadow that is in this palette. And I'm just using a small flat brush that's pretty thin in width. And I am going to place a full winged liner on both eyes with that shadow. And of course I finished the one eye on camera and then did the other off of camera, swiped off that bottom excess, and now I'm going back into the lower lash line with that plum shade and the Precision Blending Brush. Just buffing that all over the lower lash line, which I would have to say, even though the pickup of the color was bugging me, I still do really like the shade of this. It's a very beautiful purple shade. And then the same exact colors that I used on the top, I'm just doing that gradual difference of color from dark to light, but now just on the bottom, on the lower lash line. And then I'm using that flat shadow brush, and I'm placing the black all the way on the lower lash line because you can't have a smoky eye with just the deepest, darkest smoky part on the top with the wing liner. So I'm just following that all the way from the inner corner and connecting it to the winged liner on the top of the eye as well to make it more of a cohesive look. And then to make sure that the black doesn't look super dark on top, just like before, I am using a precision brush and just buffing that out on the bottom. And here I go. I'm cheating. I'm definitely cheating. I'm supposed to only be using this brush, but I can't get enough of this new Fenty product. It is the Diamond Veil for face and body, and I'm using it for my inner corner highlight and my brow bone highlight. And it is amazing. Literally, it just gleams, whether it's dark or light outside, day or night. I can't get enough of it. And then I am just using a Maybelline mascara on the top and bottoms, which is a very great drugstore mascara as well, and I will have that linked down below. And once I've got my mascara on and off of my face, for goodness sakes, the look will be done. And yeah, this is the finished look. I popped on a lip color and of course did the rest of my complexion. And that is this eyeshadow look. So stick around for this exit to figure out what I think about it. Alright everybody, so that is the look. This is just something I wanted to throw together to try out this palette, and I think that it ended up working out pretty well as far as something for a nice fall look with fall just now beginning. As far as my thoughts on this palette, well, I'm a little iffy. I've seen a lot of people rave about this palette, and yes, for the price, I do think that it is worth it. Now, do I have a lot better shadows in my collection? Most definitely. The biggest thing that I noticed is that after I had done the entire look and then I had ended up finishing my face afterwards, put my lip color on, my mascara, all that jazz, is that the shadow itself was actually picking up on the crease already and smudging. I didn't do anything different as far as the setting of my, or priming of my eyes beforehand than what I normally do. So I think the eyeshadow is just a little patchy with it already sitting on for just a small period of time. I did have to reapply some of that purple shade right here there at the end before I finished the actual tutorial, just because it was starting to look a little bit patchy already. As far as the price of the palette, I think that that is absolutely great. $10 for this. It's nice and compact. It would be super easy to travel with, and the colors are pretty pigmented. I didn't really have to do tons of work to get the color out of the pan and onto the eyes for what I expected. I thought that it was good as far as how much pigment that it did give off. The only thing I would say was just the blendability slightly, and just that it was a little bit patchy, so maybe longevity. Blendability, longevity is what I would say. Those two things are the two things I wouldn't really go for necessarily. But the pigmentation is for sure a great payoff, and the cost as well. So kind of two pros and cons there for you. But I hope that you enjoy this video. If you would like to see more things as far as more affordable products or drugstore products, please let me know down in the comments below, even specifics that you would like to see. I'm super interested in buying products from drugstore, or even just more affordable, such as like things from Ulta Beauty or Sephora collection at Sephora. So feel free to give the brand or product a shout out down below in the comments to let me know what you would like to see next. And also, if you do want to see any other type of drugstore eyeshadow tutorials or just drugstore products in general, I do have a playlist that talk about drugstore products and just tutorials, how to get the look. So you can check that out as well if you are interested in things more similar to what I have done today in the video. And if you really liked what you saw, go ahead and give me a thumbs up down below to let me know that this is more of the type of content that you want to see. And if you really liked what you saw today, please subscribe to my channel so that I can keep making more videos for viewers just like you. And I will see you in my next video. Love you. Bye.